Pack-a-Punch 4 for Wonder Weapons is back in Modern Warfare Zombies, but there is one major problem. You cannot take your Pack-a-Punch 4 guns into the Dark Aether or any of the story missions. That is, until now. I figured out a way to get Pack-a-Punch 4 Wonder Weapons with 400% more damage into the Dark Aether, including the Elder Sigil, which means that you can kill the secret Easter egg Elder Sigil boss, the Entity's Echo, in not 1, not 2, but 3 shots from the VR11. The entire health bar gone. These Wonder Weapons are nasty in the Elder Sigil. Let me show you how to do it. 3 tap the Entity. What? Okay, Pack-a-Punch 4 on the VR11 is absolutely legit. In order to understand this Dark Aether version of the Wonder Weapon 4 glitch, you have to understand a few things. The first is, if you Pack-a-Punch 4 your Wonder Weapons before going into the Sigil, Elder Sigil, or any of the story missions, you actually lose the Wonder Weapons entirely. Not only are they not Pack-a-Punch 4, they just don't exist. And let me show you what I mean. Here is an example of where I had 2 Pack-a-Punch 4 Wonder Weapons go into the Elder Sigil, but as you can see, they turned back into just legendary Pack-a-Punch 3 guns. And because you use contraband, they're not even good guns. So you completely lose the Wonder Weapons. And I believe what's happening here is when you glitch a Pack-a-Punch 4 Wonder Weapon, the game sees it as though you still are holding that original contraband gun. However, you're actually holding the Wonder Weapon. Therefore, the legendary Aether tool applies, and you can Pack-a-Punch it to get 400% more damage. You cannot Pack-a-Punch 4 Wonder Weapons before you go into the Dark Aether, Elder Sigil, or the story missions, or they just don't exist. But the workaround is relatively simple. Let me break it down. Here's what you'll need to actually do the Pack-a-Punch 4 in the Dark Aether. You'll need a gun. I recommend using contraband instead of loadout, and the spear from the previous season. Once you have both of those, you'll need a flawless Ethereum crystal, a gold Aether tool, and the Wonder Weapon of your choice. If you're going to the Dark Aether, I highly recommend the VR11, especially in the Elder Sigil. It's nasty with Pack-a-Punch 4. Once you have everything, hop in the match. Make sure that when you're going into the Dark Aether, you do not use any of your Wonder Weapons or Pack-a-Punch, as it will mess up the glitch. You can also Tombstone in to duplicate your items if you want to play with this more, like I'm doing here. But do not use your Wonder Weapons. Make sure you still have that spear and you still have that contraband weapon or that original loadout weapon. You need that spear and that weapon, or this glitch will not work in the Dark Aether. Once you're in the Dark Aether, now you get to work the magic. So you're going to take the original gun that you have, the contraband or loadout gun, and make sure to put a legendary Aether tool on it. Once you've done that, you now need to switch over to your spear and throw all 3 of them so that your fists pull out, even though it still will say the spear as your weapon. If I'm moving too fast for you on the glitch, check out this video. I go through it in much more detail and at a slower pace. Watch that and then come back to this video. So now pull out your fists with the spear and then equip the Wonder Weapon that you want to Pack-a-Punch 4. Right now, everything looks normal. The normal spear drops, but you're going to go over to the spears that you threw and exchange your Wonder Weapon for that. Everything still looks normal for the most part. Now go back to your gun. This is where it gets interesting. You have legendary on your gun, and when you pick up the Wonder Weapon, you now have a legendary Aether tool Wonder Weapon, aka 4 times the damage, aka Pack-a-Punch 4. Put that flawless crystal on. You now have an insane Wonder Weapon that you can use in the Elder Sigil. And then what I did here is I just put the Scorcher in my other hand. So now I have the VR11 and the Scorcher, and I am absolutely ready to destroy anything that comes at me in the Dark Aether. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed using Pack-a-Punch 4, and for all the latest Zombies and Black Ops 6 Zombies content, I will see you live on YouTube.